finding players as well. That's Nico being dropped. It's a 4 versus 2, and that's going to push them back towards middle. They have 1 smoke remaining here, but I don't think they'll be finding any more frags.
Crossfire firmly set up inside of the smoke. Edward's actually going to hold aggressively. That's going to dissipate. Soon we'll realize they're there, but he realizes it in the wrong way. Guardian with a spectacular shot, all resolved. 2 SMG kills. That'll build up the bank for both Electronic and Simple. And now we go 2-0. 1 bomb plant. Obvious decision.
The AWP is coming out early, I can confirm that. Guardian brings it out on the T side here on Inferno. Olofmeister to drop it, but still has enough for his armor and the AK. No grenades on him, but how powerful Guardian can be. One of the few AWPers that has tremendous impact on the T side of this map. They're up against the SMGs here, and you can see Navi sending 3 players towards B. They're going to challenge for control here. They know they need it. Simple's found an early kill somehow at the start of the round. He takes down Rain very early on with that scope of the AUG, and still challenging for banana control. Flamey and Zeus keep pushing down.
Continue to be aggressive to set the tempo. That's important on Banana. We talk about that so much.
Absolutely. Want to assert your dominance there. Slow them down. If you get out of control time and time again, they'll have to adapt and change up their routine. Guardian flashed off. Navi now with the advantage. That's all they wanted at the start of this round. They had a lack of firepower here with the 2 MP9s, but a nice early pick will get them right back in the driving seat. Nico's down to 13 HP as well. Their star player is certainly on a leash now.
So Simple to hold it. He won't have immediate aggression in front of him at the cubby, but Flamey is there toward Library. The problem is that's smoked off as well. Simple needs to make a decision. He might be too late. Smoke's already dissolved. He's got to go aggressively, and Guardian on the AWP was certainly ready for it, so they almost overstepped the mark. They stayed a little bit too long in that position, and Simple got caught in between. If anyone's capable, you'd think it'd be him, but this time not so much, fortunately. He's the only one down and the only one with any loss of HP on his team, and on the other side of things, we can tell it's not quite the same, is it? SMG, that'll certainly do. Good reaction from Olaf. Flamey is the Dren. New boy, new blood. Is he going to be on this team long? No one knows. This performance might be part of it. Electronic down inside of the pit. The anchor gone. An additional smoke. He fires into it. Follows up. Flamey falls as well. It's all on Zeus. Great turnaround. Great find from Adren.
Zeus with the MP9 here. No kit, no grenades. I think Adren might have done enough. They've still got smokes, AGs, and flashbangs on the T side. Surely he recovers the AWP and maybe falls back here, but he has found a kit at least, so will he give it a go?
Yeah, and swapping to the M4. That's going to give him a little bit of range. Problem is that Olaf, he's the one on 28. He's got the AWP, and they've got a perfect crossfire built off of each other in the pit. You won't necessarily be able to swing from the cart, but it's going to be so hard to find one and get toward the bomb. And yeah, logical decision. It's still the lead for Navi. 2-1. Try and take them down with the bomb on escape and flash out toward Library. He's well positioned. Great round. Adren finds the hat trick, keeps both alive, and it's their first.
Really wasn't looking good there at all for Faze. They lose the opening pick, courtesy of Simple's AUG at the start of the round towards top and middle. At that point as well, they're losing players left and right. They have no banana control. Olofmeister picks up the AWP, and he points it out. A nice shot from him to deny the double kill. That allows Adren to at least explore towards the pit area. Up against Electronic there. Hits the all-important shot and follows it up with 2 more as well. Fantastic stuff, and Faze are on the board. But maybe Navi can answer back. They have Force Ball here with 1 AUG, a UMP, and 3 pistols. Very basic utility. It's not looking too good for them at the start of the round, but what can they make of it?
Deagle top mid. Flamey the only gun carried over, so the Deagle certainly from Simple can find shots, but Faze so individually skilled, they're not going to give it away easily. They all know those situations. They all know how Simple plays. They're familiar with him. Certainly Guardian is. Adren as well from the CIS region. Push down. Flamey finds one, but it's Olaf and Guardian to trade it off immediately. Both of these teams have had struggles. Both of these teams are capable of the top 4, capable of winning the whole event, let's be honest, but it can only be one between them, quite literally between this game, but also in that they are sort of the 2 outliers. They all know how Simple plays. They're familiar with him, certainly the top teams.
Yeah, you just look at the last game of the previous stage 4, Faze against Complexity. Sure, it's a win. That's all that really matters, but it was not a clean one. That's a team you'd expect them to ravish, and they style on them almost, but they were on the ropes a few times there. So definitely kind of trying to find their form and how this team's going to play. As we head towards B, it will be Olofmeister. He seems to know exactly where Edward is. Finds the headshot. That's the B side open. A decent attempt from Navi. They flashed over towards B and tried to trade out some kills. They've gone for 1 though, and it's just going to be Simple left in a 1 versus 4. They know exactly where he is. And Guardian, as we mentioned, very good on the T side of Inferno. He finds his 2nd frag of the round.
And what a rivalry this off battle will be.
Yes.
At a major. in the Spodek. Katowice, Guardian, the man who left Navi for issues perhaps playing around Simple, who wanted to take over that primary op from him, who kept purchasing it in rounds when Guardian was already holding the weapon, and it made things awkward. Now he gets to go directly against him. This is a grudge match between the two.
Navi will have to wait, though. Full eco here and a 5-man B stack coming through. They have one flashbang. This will be a little setup. They'll wait to see if it's a B rush. If it is, great, they'll fight it. If they get nothing at the start, though, flash over, challenge with maybe 3 or 4 players and see if they can find an AK-47. You're probably not going to win this round unless Faze do actually rush into the B site. But if you can steal away an AK and save that, that's at least something.
Top side of the wall already held too, so even if they want to go deep utility again, it's going to be issues. And the stack spotted. Olaf knows it. Shooting gallery and Guardian. 4th kill.
That's the sort of round that gets everyone fired up. It might seem like, yeah, it's only against pistols and no armor. The fact it's such a clean sequence, it gets everyone in the mood. It gets them fired up, ready to go. As Navi now still clutching at straws financially. Electronics already busted into the round. They got nothing out of the previous. They cannot afford an AWP yet. They can barely afford 5 rifles. We'll see what the overall complexion of the round looks like towards the end of the purchasing here. Zeus might want to drop down to an SMG and get all the utility. They have 4 smokes, some HEs and flashbangs, no incendiaries, no kits. That is a massive deal on Inferno. It's all about locking the T's out and trying to segregate them as they commit. And you just don't have the incendiaries to really do that right now. Faze with a huge upper hand here in round number 6.
Simple plays ledge. Quick drop. Guardian still holds out in front. It's flashed in toward the top side of the mid. Spots a shoulder as well. Already falling off that angle. He's still going to commit to the position, but it's not quite as catchy, if you will. It's not going to catch anyone off in terms of being out of the crosshair's placement. Electronic has to hold the door.
This is the danger man right here. Adren, we see what he's capable of towards the apartments. He's managed to get himself right to the end. He will stay there now, presumably, and wait for his teammates to commit towards B. I'm not sure that's exactly where the Molotov to go, but still, it shows presence, and Electronic reacting to it. Starting to fall back now. This will be a B finish from what we can see right now. You can see they've got the banana control, the bombs at the bottom there, and they're setting Nico up, potential Molotov towards Emo. But for now, just exploring their options. They know they're pretty safe to actually take these picks because the money's low for Navi. They don't necessarily have the orb. As they feel comfortable at B now, starting just to fall back. Some grenades, flashbangs, make sure there's no information available for the CTs whatsoever.
Guardian nearly got one already. Edward does well to get away. They're going to back off in the site, set a crossfire. Meanwhile, over at B, Dren's got Simple. That's not at B. I was going to mention the fact that they're still hunting with Olaf alone, and they'll bring the bomb back his direction, but it's a Dren that found the kill coming out of apartments. That leads them elsewhere, and Rain's doing enough. He'll stay. He'll cut off rotation. Second one down. This should be a round. It's all on Zeus, and Zeus has yet to find a kill in this game. Time to find one now. He's got Guardian down. 8 seconds. Time is the problem. Rain sneaks in. He'll go. Oh, they just got it down in time. 2 seconds left. Rain sneaks in and spots it. Now they know where he is, but likewise, Zeus is completely locked off inside of Ruins. He's got to look both directions, and he's already considering the possibility that they'll wrap around. Burrow in toward the sandbags is the only option to not have a player at your back. He's gone down. Electronic gets one, but that's going to be the round. He's got to back out of it, so only 1 kill for Electronic. Zeus does what he can. It's now Faze extending the lead. 4 on the T side. Remember, they picked this. This was not expected pre-match that they would pick Inferno against Navi, and they have, and they're showing why.
That's unfortunate for Zeus there. With 10 seconds remaining, maybe the 1 kill is enough there. I think if you're going to win the round, though, he really had to commit to that. He just swing out and just cause chaos and hopefully steal another frag away. Maybe 2 passive, let them plant, and it will be Faze picking up a very clean round there. We kind of broke it down as it was developing. The fact they got the B control at the start of the round, CT's no information there. They go back towards middle, push them back towards the A side. Dren gets a kill in the apartments. They go for a late execution towards B, hit the shots required, and trade out with Zeus. And when the bomb goes down, all bets are off. Remember, Navi didn't have the utility or the defuse kits to even challenge a retake there. Yes, they're making an expensive round, but ultimately they're going to be eco here as it goes 4-2 in favor of Faze on the T side of Inferno here. Electronic save the AK-47, should yield a partial buy around it, certainly not a force. Deagles and CZs will be coming out. And we're not seeing much interaction from Kane on that side. You see Yanko getting stuck in, making sure no mistakes are made here, and they can guarantee themselves this round. Understanding the tendencies of Electronic, where he's likely to push, you should see a very slow default here from Faze, just waiting to see any sort of aggro at the start.
Get it in now. First time out gone for each side. back into it immediately. Faze in the lead. Electronic, the only gun carried over the AK-47. Be interesting to see. A lot of players still picking up the AK, a lot willing to stay with the AUG in those situations.
Absolutely. Certainly some different ideas from team to team. Flamey takes a lot of damage at the start of the round there as the grenades and Molotovs made their way towards the top of B. CTs, like we said, didn't force them to get maximum loss bonus in the next round, so they can justify going down to, I would say, about 2K. On the CT side, it's a little bit daunting going down to 1,200, but we'll see if they can cause any sort of damage here. It's going to be 4 players stacked towards B again. It's the second time Navi have tried this approach. Will this be more successful this time? They smoked the bottom, and unfortunately, Faze have already got CT spawned, so they're going to catch these players in transition if they do rotate. Either way, Rain, all that was his, didn't actually do any damage at all there. That simple retreat on 100, but now down to 46.
Guardian opens it up on the AWP, though, and Olaf was waiting the whole time. Bottom side of middle, he gets one.
That's your cue now, go to war.
Yeah, absolutely. You found the AK. Electronic gets at least a kill. That'll keep him alive. Simple. He didn't realize, fully gray screened, as you often are in those smokes. Didn't realize he was actually protruding through.
That's Nika getting the bomb down. You can see his teammates already established in library / CT spawns. Go for a nice open plan here. Make sure there's no chance of the CT stealing this one away. And to be fair, Navi came into this with not much, 1 AK. They potentially leave it with 2. That's if Flamey can keep disciplined here. He doesn't need frags here, really. The Faze money won't be affected too much. If you can bring 2 AKs in, it's going to boost yours. You potentially invested a bit too much in this particular round. So bringing another rifle to the table will certainly help things out.
Check to CT, and then I thought he was going to go all the way back down to T-stairs just to make sure. The fact that they've actually locked them in, Flamey and Electronic aren't going to be able to do anything of this. If they had a caught one on the way by, maybe Flamey gets a kill. You get another gun carried over. AK certainly is fine. Nico wants to try and get it out of their hands. He'll go searching. They assumed it was B. It's not, and it's now 5-2 for Faze. So again, just running with this at this point. They did not win the pistol. Keep that in mind. The only 2 CC-sided rounds so far were the pistol and the subsequent anti-eco round. So the fact of the matter is, Faze have 5 in a row. Maximum loss bonus for Navi means Simple's naturally going to bring out the AWP.
And their AWP Guardian actually has $10,000 residual cash after the reinvestment here. With CZ as well, he's got plenty of cash for the rest of this half at this point. It's up to Simple now to make his mark on the server and show us why he's considered the best player in the world, because he's got his work cut out from his teammates with bare bones utility. Yes, they have a couple of kits, but it's not the full buy, even with 2 saved AKs. Rain working through the bedrooms here, and Nico is actually in front of the CT smoke. Zeus might not be aware of it. As a Molotov comes in, needs to be very careful here. You can see the flashbang Molotov combo is quite a potent one. As well off Nico, come hunting. This could be dangerous for Navi.
Zeus holding very aggressively at barrels. The up-close position is the problem. Olaf flash. He doesn't pick it yet. He can go now because Nico's done damage. They walk over each other. Inevitably, Nico takes down Olaf. It was well intended. Unfortunately, not well executed, but it's pulled back to a 3-on-3 as a result. Edward will welcome that as he takes down Rain. Simple tries to fire in through the smoke and he flashes himself back through to get to Ruins. No, he's not.
He's going for it.
Oh, he might. Does it reveal too much? Does it give it away? He's considering it because, yeah, he's alone on B. If he fires that shot and anyone is pushed through to CT, he's done for. So he smartly backs off and bides his time, but he still gives it a crack. He still wants more.
I don't think it's worth it at this stage. You can see his teammates really not causing much damage here at all. Adren just absolutely destroys Edward. That's going to be the cue. You can see how disappointed Simple is. He's not getting a chance to do anything at this stage because his teammates, unfortunately, they're the CT side. They're using the AUGs at the position like the barrels, and they're right-clicking the scope, and it makes a noise. Every time you click in the scope, it actually gives your position away. Olaf was behind the half wall there, listening out for it. One flash over, they take 2 of them down. Yes, they kill each other in the process, but the round was already done. He gets 2 kills like that, and a quick entrance towards the B side. The CT's got very little chance of answering back. And just to know, Simple lost the AWP right at the end there, so that's a huge pickup. And these kills happen sometimes. You'd rather kill your teammate and the CT than the CT killing both of you at the same time, right? So that's always worth it.
You'd love for it to not happen, but yeah, absolutely. It's a just cause.
It absolutely is. Round 9.
It seems like Fnatic's lost a fan, ENCE has gained a new one.
I was looking at the scoreboard, so
Don't worry about
I missed it.
Dren, what is he up to? He's still running around the spawn. I think they dropped him some utility and he can't find it. Either way, Olaf's already up toward Banana. It'll slow things down. They'll settle into a default off the back of that. Flamey with just the deagle to work with. And better or worse for Zeus. He doesn't have the range, but he certainly could try and mow them down if they work up, and the fact that he's got the CZ. Interesting decision to leave both pistols alone on B at this point as well. You'd think that a rifle, at least one, would be there, considering it's such a tight choke point.
This round is still in contention. Navi actually quite the fighting chance, considering they have 3 rifles. No kits, and again, struggling utility becoming a bit of a headline here on the CT side for them. They will have 2 players positioned in towards B. That is going to be Flamey and Zeus, of course. Rain towards Boiler Room, Adren in the apartments once more. We've seen this approach a few times now, just showing a little bit towards the apartments before they head back towards B. A Molotov towards a pit, a flashbang out just to bait out some utility and deny them having so much of the retake. Right now, if all 5 players of Faze make their way through towards B, they'll only find 2 players there, but rotations are coming through. This should be a Molotov towards the emo position, the back right. And he boosts player on half wall there. 30 seconds remain. They don't really have much of a say to fall back, but I say that, Rain actually has full mid control, so they could go for a slight execution here, keep those 4 players locked in towards B, and then send everyone in towards the A side very quickly. It's going to come down to the timings here. You can see how much interest from the CTs there are here. You've got to assume with 15 seconds remaining, this is the final play, but it's not.
It's a brilliant maneuver. It's absolutely sold it. They've sent them all over toward B. The only one left to the side of the site is Edward, but he nearly got away with it. If he'd slid out and found the second, dropped the bomb down, that would have been it. Nico wouldn't have had time to plant. There was no way to recover.
Perfectly done by Faze. The fact they give themselves enough time to counter for that initial pick from Edward there. They trade out the kill, still 6 seconds remaining. Sure, that's scary, but they plant the bomb. It all comes together, and you kept 4 players on the B side there. That is really quite impressive. It was so convincing. Navi just didn't have the resources to think otherwise. He had 4 players there. You got Molotov, smokes, flashbangs coming in. You're going to give it a go. It was just a very well-called round there from Faze. It's going to be 7-2 in their favor on the T side of Inferno here. Adren Valley, 2 kills once again, just to note that.
6-2, it grows larger yet again for Faze. 2 AK saved. CTs have at least been getting guns carried over. The problem is that even though now we're up to such a massive wealth of the bonus, 7 rounds in a row, they can't do much with it. This time they'll get the AWPs back out, but it's every second round CT at best.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do they go double? They can in this situation.
I don't think so. We'll have a look.
I think there's an AK down, so there's a second AK carried over, so it should be single op and an AK.
Simple, 2 and 7. Zeus is 1 and 9. It's the fragging that's really falling apart at this point. Simple unable to show us what he's made of on this map, and that could cause some frustration. He might overcommit to some positions at this stage, but for now, looks towards the end of pass, nothing there, and focusing towards second mid, but not as aggressive as you'd expect. Oh, no. That's more like it. Zeus will get his second frag of the game. Can he get out safely, though?
It's quite clever to follow the Molotov down as well, because Nico, he couldn't snuff the wicked time. It's immediately him gone. Zeus gets the kill. Flamey, he follows it up. Olaf's gone. A change of pace from Navi, and it's over toward B. It works out brilliantly. Bomb still down, bottom T stairs. Guardian will call for Adren to rotate back over and support. The op naturally waits toward the arch side. Minute to work with. They could certainly try and counterpick this. And Guardian, we talk about it often, is the best T-sided op on Inferno. Not an easy role to have. I mean, it's not like you're presented kills anymore. It's not often you see that mid-peak to stairs where they get there first. They've got to go aggressive, and it's exactly that. Flamey down. No rite of passage as of yet because Simple's already on rotation, but he's considering the possibility that this is a ruse. Zeus goes back sight. Simple's going to play this presumably from CT. Smoke down, though, he's going to have to rotate all the way around to the coffins.
40 seconds remain. Faze don't have to commit to this. They're right back in this round now. Zeus will throw a flashbang. They're going to get in a decent position, trying to buy space and time for Simple at this stage, and he gets caught out. Can Zeus find multiple frags? It's all falling apart. This was a 5 versus 3. All of a sudden, it tips on its head, and it's now Navi on the back foot. Adren, nice little off angle here. You're not going to preempt this, and he'll take down Edward. No problem whatsoever. It's electronic. Left with absolutely nothing to work with here. 1 AK, no positional control. And he'll just have to push through the smoke and hope for the best here. That is a nightmare for Navi, Matt.
That's excruciating as well, because finally they had guns again. The op from Simple, it was on rotation, double smoke down. He's still 2 and 8. He still hasn't got anything going. Faze are just running with Inferno. Anticlimactic so far at best. As Electronic gets rain at very least, but what's that for at this point? Consolation for what? Because they know exactly where he is. Adren's already on. We can hear Adren, that's fine. But without, to be fair, without Flamey's pistol ace,
Yep.
which ultimately bailed them out of that round as well. This is a 9-0 game T-side Inferno.
5-on-3, and that's the kind of play I'm talking about with Simple. Yes, he's trying to back up his teammate there, but he goes through the smoke, and there's no flashbang down, there's no incendiary in front. He goes down to quite a relatively easy kill, and then Zeus is left isolated, who isn't performing right now, and he was unable to get more than his opening frag of the round. A double orb setup comes in. This is the Hail Mary play from Navi right now. You can see Yanko preempting this. He knows something's afoot. Navi are desperate at this point. They can afford 2 AWPs. Flamey has been performing well with the secondary sniper, but is it enough? Simple just doesn't look himself right now. He hasn't barely had any impact whatsoever. 2 and 8. They'll purchase up everything they can. More out of desperation than a strategized affair. We'll see what they can do. Zeus had dropped the AWP. Does he only have the USB for this round now? Because of that, surely he has a drop waiting for him. We'll see. Do or die time now for Navi. Need to step up. There is an AUG for him, so the buy's not too bad, all things considered. That's because the CTs keep saving AKs over and over again. Sure, they're not finding round victories, but they're giving themselves a fighting chance here. Still, it's going to be a difficult one.
Desperate times, double up for Flamey. He's going to hold it. So he's playing passively. He's going to fall back to a position where he can actually flash Flamey in, or at least get him out of the situation. But interestingly, he's actually going to rotate. He's not that far down Banana. It's not like they've had information, and it has been a problem for them.
Well, at least they've got strong numbers towards A now. They're not going to have a weak B and a weak A. Flamey with the AWP at least can get information, but that's designed to push him back. You can see now he might struggle and call for Zeus to rotate back through CT spawn. It's exactly what's happening here. Flamey with a nice idea, though, but it is very committed. Will he fire off the shot? Not quite. He's going to fall back to the safety of the side for now.
Smoke off Zeus inside of it. Doesn't want to extend beyond, but it's all off. It's alone at this point. Trying to cause chaos, trying to lock them onto the B site. Doesn't want to leave them with the option to rotate. Zeus has read the fact that it was only a single AK firing. He's actually going to get towards CT. They give up Arch momentarily because Edward will play in conjunction with him. The smoke's still down on that side. It's not like they could really justify going through yet. Instead, it's just going to hold mid wall.